Google's creative environment has given birth to all sorts of new ideas. A search engine for images, one for catalogs, for comparing prices on consumer products, for news groups, news reports, and much more. While adding all the new bells and whistles, Brin and Page increased the power of their search engine, sending it deeper and deeper into cyberspace. So, how does Google work? Why is it so successful? Google's search for answers begins, as do many great journeys of discovery, with a robot explorer heading deep into the unknown. In Google's case, the unknown is cyberspace. The explorer, a computer program Brin and Page call Googlebot. Googlebot crisscrosses cyberspace at warp speed. Its mission: to find every website, to copy every web page.
So it goes and looks at each page and says, I found a new website, goldmine, and it'll go over there and download those pages and find out if it links to anything that it hasn't seen before. And this way, it can span the whole world.
Googlebot keeps track of how often each website changes its pages.
With a large search engine like Google, there's always a problem of freshness because there's no way you can go and do 3 billion pages every day. So what they do is they have a complex set of priorities. So there's certain kinds of pages which they'll actually go to on a regular basis, news companies, for example.
Googlebot visits CBSNews.com in New York, for example, continuously throughout the day. Each time it copies a page, it leaves an electronic calling card.
On a sample day, Googlebot hit CBSNews.com servers more than 34,000 times.
After copying a page, Googlebot sends it back to Google, where it's sorted and stored in the company's computerized index. When someone types a query, digital camera for example, Google's search engine doesn't have to search the entire World Wide Web. It simply scans its own archives, looking for documents with those words on them. In this case, 16,800,000 documents.
You have to remember that computers aren't very smart. And they can go and find all the pages with particular words on them, but you have no idea whether it's from somebody authoritative, New York Times, Encyclopedia Britannica, or just somebody often just some email that happens to be out on the web.
So how does Google figure out which of the 16 million documents are most important? The answer is PageRank, a top-secret algorithm invented by Larry Page. PageRank is what separates Google from the competition.
What Google guys did, and brilliantly so, is to use the link structure of the net as a popularity contest.
Page realized that the most popular websites all had lots of links pointing to them, and that those links could be used as a measure of importance.
Pages vote for one another by linking to them. When you put a link on your page to somebody else, you're saying that page is important, you're voting for it.
So a web page that has 20,000 links to it would be more important than one that had 6 or none.
And that was good enough for Page and Brin. Their computers couldn't make value judgments, but they could count votes and list web pages in order of importance. Page's ranking system is actually much more complicated. It looks at a lot of other stuff as well. What makes Google's search engine even more remarkable is how quickly it works.
Google is obsessed with speed. I mean, it's almost impossible to see how long it takes between hitting carriage return and getting results back.
The time to call up 16 million digital camera results and put them in the proper order? Just 0.59 seconds. Google's speed and accuracy made it the engine of choice for searchers worldwide. As the infant Google grew and changed, its logo marked the passing months. New Year's Eve hats gave way to fireworks, then pumpkins and turkeys. By 2001, the precocious 3-year-old was answering 100 million queries a day.
We have about 5 billion pages in our index. which is compared to when we launched, we had, I think, 20 million or something like that, so that's 200 times larger. We support 100 languages.
As the company changed, so did the lives of its founders.
I get to travel a lot on business, I get to meet people. Just about a month ago I was meeting Mikhail Gorbachev and some other dignitaries in an event in London.
More importantly, Brin and Page reversed course on a critical issue: advertising. In the beginning, they were dead set against it. They saw it as annoying and a violation of Google's corporate philosophy.
One of our engineers came up with a very simple way of phrasing it, which is, don't be evil.
But then, Brin and Page discovered they could exorcise the evil by marrying search results with advertising.
Their theory was, if you can tie the advertising to the keywords, then the ads that would come up when you put in a particular keyword would be relevant to what you're looking for, and maybe even helpful.
They called their advertising AdWords. They were simple text ads that were clearly separated from the search results.
Some search engines out there today sort of mix in paid results with the regular results, and they don't label them. So the user doesn't know that that would not have appeared had they not paid for it. And I think that's really wrong.
AdWords is actually the product that really launched Google into the stratosphere in terms of companies and in terms of growth.
You go to Google, you type in wildflower seeds. Up come a bunch of listings, little rectangular ads, little squares with type in them. Those are the sponsored listings or the pay-per-click ads, the AdWords.
The top listing is an ad for American Meadows, a Vermont-based company that sells seeds for all sorts of wildflowers. Google displays the ad every time someone types in the search term wildflower seeds.
You click on this, and you go immediately to our homepage.
Ray Allen is president of American Meadows.
The really revolutionary thing about pay-per-click advertising like AdWords is you put your ad up there. The consumer really finds you. You don't have to go find him like you do in an ad, in a magazine or on television. He finds you. When someone clicks on one of your ads, they're saying, I want to see your product. You're not having to hold up your ad and say, please look at my product.
Nor do you have to pay thousands of dollars up front. Google auctions its search terms to advertisers on a per-click basis. Allen bid 62 cents for the term wildflower seeds. Every time someone clicks on his ad, he pays Google that amount. Allen's bid was the highest, so his ad appears first.
One of the most important things about making AdWords work for you is to be in the top 3 on your most important terms. You've got to be.
Wow, amazing. Wow, gorgeous. Sort of naughty and lovely.
The folks at Daily Candy, an email newsletter, are also fans of Google advertising. The New York-based newsletter, which also publishes editions for 4 other cities and a national version, targets young women who are born to shop.
They are heavy spenders, very social, very interested in culture, fashion, trends, and as a result, the advertisers are interested in getting their messages to these people.
Daily Candy is free to subscribers. It makes its money by selling advertising to companies like American Express. The more subscribers, the more it can charge for its ads. And that's where Google comes in. Peter Scheinbaum, Daily Candy's COO, uses Google's pay-per-click advertising to attract subscribers. If a shopper types in sample sale, for example, up pops his ad.